Hi, I just finished eating some buttered chicken. Lovely. Anyway, here are 10 new App Store games from March 2023. I showcased Wreckfest last year in this series, but that was for the iPhone and iPad release. Wreckfest has now been brought to Apple TV. In fact, I believe it's running better on the latest Apple TV 4K than a PS4 or Xbox One. It's near like PS4 Pro to PS5, which is crazy. It can be played up to nearly 4K internal resolution, which is insane performance for such a small freaking box. It's also worth noting, across all Apple platforms, Wreckfest has been updated with higher quality textures, trees, foliage on racetracks, more advanced effects quality settings, 360-degree view with touch controls, and a lot more. This is definitely the biggest AAA game to ever hit Apple TV, and you must check it out if you want to experience true console gaming on this device, or console racing, I guess. Wreckfest costs $6.99 USD. It is best played on the following Apple TV models. Are you after another free action RPG for your Apple mobile device? Well, let me introduce you to Yeager, if that's how you say it, Hunter Legend. It's a monster hunting game set in an alien world. You take on the role of Yeager, an elite veteran hunter, if that's how you say it, sent to retrieve a priceless stolen relic. Travel around a planet which has a name that I can't pronounce, and hunt beasts and encounter alien civilizations. The setup of the game is quite linear, I suppose. In fact, I'd say its gameplay structure is quite similar to that of Shadowgun Legends. Pick a quest in your safe place, then travel to complete missions and repeat, and the graphics of the game are, they're pretty good. Nothing special, but it's still a pretty satisfying monster hunter game. And no, sadly, there is no controller support here. You idiots, you fools! Anyway, Yeager Hunter Legend is only available on iPhone and iPad. It is probably best played on the following devices. Terra Nil calls itself a reverse city builder, which is funny because you don't really build cities in this game. Anyway, players will use advanced eco-technology to purify the soil, creating plains, wetlands, beaches, rainforests, wildflowers, and more. Then efficiently recycle everything you've built, leaving the environment pristine for its new animal inhabitants. It's a very relaxing game, like it's super relaxing, albeit a little short. But because the maps are procedurally generated each time, they'll always be different for you. And if you want something relaxing, well, it's definitely worth it. I strongly suggest playing this one on an iPad for the best experience. The UI is a little too small on iPhone. Some users are reporting crashes. I have not experienced any of this, but keep it in mind. Terra Nil is only available to Netflix subscribers on the App Store. It is only available on iPhone and iPad too. Square Enix have brought all 3 Voice of Cards games to the App Store: The Isle of Dragon Roars, The Forsaken Maiden, and The Beasts of Burden. Keep in mind, they are separate purchases. I wish there was a bundle that you could purchase, but no. Voice of Cards is a quirky series of RPGs where the whole world is depicted through the medium of cards. All the games here are adapted as a tabletop card game. It's as if you, the player, are situated at a table talking to the game master. As you play, you will encounter random events, difficult decisions, and occasionally you can win or lose battles with the roll of a die. Each game in the series costs $11.99 USD separately. However, there is a free demo for the Isle of Dragon Roars if you want to try out the game. These games are only available on iPhone and iPad. Delete After Reading is kind of like a book you can play or a game you can read. I'd say it's a well-crafted combination of an adventure story and puzzle game, all about cheating your destiny. This is quite different for games of this genre as it mixes interactive reading, story, and escape room style puzzles. It can be a little bit confusing on how to progress sometimes. However, there is a tip system. I missed it and I was an idiot, but if you hit settings, there's like hints there. Don't be afraid to use it, okay? You can use that, don't be scared, alright? No one's going to judge you if you use it, okay? The game definitely won't be for everyone, but if you enjoyed interactive novels such as The Get Out Kids, Florence, or Assemble with Care, you're going to love this one. It also runs at 120 FPS on iPad Pro. Brilliant, gotta try it there. Delete After Reading offers a free demo with an in-app purchase of $4.99 USD to unlock the full game. It is available on iPhone, iPad, and Mac. Don't go into this thinking Mighty Doom is a full-on Doom game on mobile. It's not. Think of it more as an entirely separate video game, really, which happens to have a Doom skin over the top. Mighty Doom is a free-to-play, top-down shooter where you fight through demon hordes from hell. Play through the main stages, compete in events, try to complete daily missions, earn daily rewards, unlock things, and upgrade different weapons and armor, and upgrade masteries. There really isn't much else to say. It's a top-down shooter and it does absolutely nothing new to the genre, but it's fairly good. For those of you who are into these type of experiences, you might enjoy it. Mighty Doom is only available on iPhone and iPad. The Legend of Tianding is a side-scrolling action game about Liao, the legendary Taiwanese folk hero. Explore the streets of colonial Japanese Taiwan in the early 20th century. I'm super surprised that this game was hardly talked about in March. It's seriously, in my opinion, up there with games similar such as Dust, An Elysian Tale, or Unruly Heroes. It's really, really good. It's definitely another great addition to the Metroidvania/platformer action games list on the App Store. The touch controls are absolutely awful with this one, really bad. A controller is strongly recommended, and besides, platformers are always going to be objectively better with a controller anyway. It also runs at 120 FPS on iPhone Pro and iPad Pro, which is really cool. The Legend of Tianding costs $6.99 USD. It is available on iPhone, iPad, and Apple Silicon-based Macs. Bored of playing Vampire Survivors? Why not try out the next best thing, Brotato? In March, Brotato was brought to the App Store. Yippee! This is a top-down arena shooter roguelite, where you play as a potato, wielding up to 6 weapons at a time to fight off hordes of aliens. Choose from a variety of traits and items to create unique builds that survive until help arrives. It features auto-firing weapons, heaps of characters to unlock, waves last 20 to 90 seconds, you can collect materials to gain experience. There are so many cool weapons to try out, like, oh wow, the weapons here are so fun. Just note, it has partial controller support and keyboard support on iPad. Both of these peripherals though don't work for menu interaction. Brotato Premium costs $3.49 USD. Yes, $3.49. It is available on iPhone, iPad, and Apple Silicon-based Macs. The screenshots on the App Store for this one don't do it justice. Highwater is a simply gorgeous game. all about a post-apocalyptic story that's set on Earth. In the game, Earth has unfortunately flooded, and the planet is doomed, with the annoying ultra-rich off on their merry way to Mars. Guide characters through the flooded world of Highwater and beyond in this turn-based strategy adventure game, where they'll have to fight for their chance to escape. Sadly, the game only runs at 30 FPS on everything, and the graphical quality is quite a bit lower than PC and console, which really just shouldn't be the case on the latest devices. But I can forgive that because it's a very large game, and it's great that it's actually here in the first place. Highwater is only available to Netflix subscribers on the App Store. It is only available on iPhone and iPad too. Our last game to look at, on the main list anyway, is free-to-play action RPG Volzerk. Now, this game was actually, I believe, released back in January, but I completely missed it somehow. Plus, in late March, the game was updated with an English text option. Most of you watching are from the United States, so I thought I'd talk about it in this video. Volzerk is a monster breeding and action RPG. I like to think of it as a free version of Monster Hunter Stories. It's similar with its visual style, voice acting, and animations. However, this one has real-time combat. The only thing to note, the game is a little sexual in its presentation sometimes, so maybe don't play it in public. It has partial controller support, but it doesn't work for menu interaction. And also, it only runs at 30 FPS and everything. Wish there was a 60 FPS option. Anyway, Volzerk is only available on iPhone and iPad. Here are some bonus games. Down in Bermuda has left Apple Arcade and is now available as a standalone game. It's one of the best puzzle games out there. I'm serious, give it a go. Cyber Protocol is another puzzle game. It's a sliding puzzle game though. Sounds easy? Wrong. There are obstacles everywhere and you are going to die over and over again. Good luck, you'll need it. I can't pronounce the name of this game, so you can read it, but it's a side-scrolling action platformer. It runs through different linear stages set in a dark fantasy world. Munchkin Digital has players killing monsters and grabbing loot in this classic card game. Settlement Survival is a city builder with a focus on management and production. The mobile port is quite bad from optimization and UI implementation compared to the PC version. It's really quite disappointing because it's a very good game. What do you think of these new App Store games from March 2023? Are you impressed or disappointed? Gaming in April for the App Store looks very exciting with Pocket City 2, Sid Meier's Railroads, Super Meat Boy Forever, and Honkai Star Rail. So stay tuned for the next episode in this series, which should be out in, I don't know, 4 weeks or so. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe and turn on notifications to stay up to date with everything Apple gaming related. My name is Stewie, and thanks for watching.